Don't make any dumb, bold moves.
Right.
And one spot short, like I said. So to be able to do that and to keep the car clean pretty much all race long, dodge a couple wrecks is, I guess we had the good graces on our side that day. So for going there and get to experience it all, it was definitely a whirlwind of a week.
You're the first African-American full-time driver since Wendell Scott in the early 70s, and NASCAR has made a concerted effort to try to get the diversity program up. So how did you get into NASCAR, and how's this diversity working?
Yeah, so I started racing when I was 9 years old. Had no dreams of being here today talking to you guys. Just trying to being competitive and racing each and every level. Spent about 2 years in every series and moved our way up. And next thing you know, one door led to another, and we were knocking on the door for a NASCAR ride in the K&N series and signed on with Joe Gibbs Racing. And we were trying to figure out what was next, and the diversity program came about, and we had 2 great years with that. So NASCAR's really dumping a lot of effort into getting that program to where it needs to be to give minorities a chance in the sport to let them showcase what their talents are, and we were able to do that. Win 5 races, I believe it was, second, third in the points. So we were pretty excited about that. And so without that, we did a lot of off-track stuff that gave us the big publicity boost. So I think without that, I wouldn't be here today. And to see where it's come, or where it was there, and to where it's come now, is pretty special.
So your mom ran track at Tennessee.
That's
so
right.
how much were you pulled toward conventional sports?
Oh, a lot. Huge college football fan,
Yeah.
and definitely with March Madness coming up, and we're actually doing pretty good this year, so it's good to see that. Come up just a little bit short against Kentucky last weekend, so that was a bummer. But yeah, I'm a fan of all sports.
You was born in Mobile. You moved to Concord. Did you move to Concord because North Carolina is NASCAR capital? Is that the reason why you moved to Concord?
No, it wasn't. My dad's business of industrial cleaning had begun to grow, and so he had moved up to Concord before we did, and we moved in later. And it wasn't until 7 years later we moved to a new house, new school, started all over. He bought a Harley Davidson, and the guy who owned the bike shop to help him fix it up and everything, he raced go-karts.
Right.
Invited us out to come out and watch. Next thing you know, we went out and bought a go-kart and went racing.
Now, I don't know, did you know that when you moved to Concord is about 30 miles away from Mooresville? Mooresville is where Dale Earnhardt Sr. rest his soul. That's where he lived. Did you know that at the time of you moving there?
I did not. I did not know that at all. And now that I live, I'm 5 minutes away from DEI, his old race shop. So before all that, no idea. Now I know the history, of course.
So back to Daytona. Denny Hamlin got so upset with you after that race that he said he's not going to let you play in his basketball league anymore, and then you pulled yourself out of his golf league. So go back to break it down for us. How do you, in your view, what transpired between the two of you?
Yeah, no, we were just super competitive, and we ended up. We both ended up having torn up race cars right there at the finish, and I believe I guess I cut his tire. I'm not sure, but that just shows how competitive we are, even finishing, fighting for second, and we just.
And you had some words, or he had words with you.
Yeah, we had words.
Like when I see the video, it looks like you're kind of taken aback by
Yeah, I was so pumped up to finish the second, and everything that we have gone through, I was just like, okay, are we done here yet? And we got through it. We're fine now. We've been able to talk about it and move on through it. So,
but no basketball?
No basketball. Dale Jr.'s got a league, so we had
Oh,
talked
so
about
you
that. I got something, yeah,
okay.
for sure.
And no golf?
No golf, but I can play on my own time, so it's okay. I need to get better anyway, so that was good practice.
You mentioned the King earlier. The King is Richard Petty, who's arguably the greatest NASCAR driver ever. He won over 200 races. Talk about driving for him and driving in that iconic 43 car.
Yeah, this is, I've driven for a lot of big teams, and, being here with Richard Petty and being able to see, kind of his presence and what he has and the impact he has on just everybody is incredible to see. I mean, we're going to sponsorship sales or meetings, and people are leaving their meetings, and usually it's the driver at the time that it's like, hey, can we get a picture? I was one taking pictures of him and the King. So it's pretty special to see that and to hear the stories he has and the words of wisdom that he always wants to give. Is I sit back and I'm like, man, I'm really driving for the king right now. So we just spent a couple of great days in Wyoming at his cabin there, and come out here to get ready for this weekend. So he's pumped up about this.
Win the Daytona, he might give you one of those super birds or something.
All right.
Well, before we let you go, can you tell us about your sponsor for Sunday?
Yeah, so Farmer John is jumping on our car. Excited about that. They've been a long-term partner with RPM, so it's a chance for them to get their spotlight, and this will be a new challenge for me. You know, being at Auto Club for the first time in a Cup car, the speed are outrageous compared to Xfinity. So looking forward to that, but we'll see how our Chevrolet Camaro Z01 turns out.
Awesome. Thanks so much for joining us, and good luck on Sunday.
Thank you.
Be sure to check out Bubba in the Auto Club 400 Sunday on Fox.
Thank you.
Are the 49ers a legit Super Bowl contender? We'll discuss that next.